In the main event, the heavy-hitting Jared the Killer Gorilla Cannonier takes on Nasruddin the Sniper Imavov. The number 4 ranked middleweight has always been on the cusp of capturing gold, but has fallen short a few times. Since dropping down a middleweight from the heavier divisions, he has only lost twice. He would drop a unanimous decision to Robert Whittaker that would nip his momentum at the time. Then, he would drop another unanimous decision to Israel Adesanya when he would challenge for the belt. He would get back on track when he would rack up back-to-back decision wins when he would defeat Sean Strickland via split decision and Marvin Vettori by unanimous decision. He is a heavy-handed striker who walks down his opponents. He would be looking to stalk an evasive striker in Imavov. Nasruddin is a young prospect who has already tried his hand against the elite guys of the division. He was on a roll when he would win 3 fights in a row. He would get a TKO win over Ian Heinisch, a TKO win over Edmund Shabazian, and the unanimous decision win over Joaquin Buckley. His momentum would come to an abrupt end when he would lose a unanimous decision against Sean Strickland. He would fight Chris Curtis to a no contest when an accidental headbutt would end the fight early. He would show out in his most recent fight when he would show dominance over Roman Dolidze. He did commit some really bad fouls, and he will have to fight more discipline since it's been an issue in his last 2 fights with the no contest and the point deductions. He is light on his feet and will look to mix it up. Cannonier is not an easy guy to take down, and it's going to be a great fight between 2 top-ranked middleweights. Will the Sniper be able to find this shot and stop Cannonier, or will the Killer Gorilla smash his way through another contender? Don't miss out. In the co-main event, Dominic the Devastator Reyes makes his return to face off against Dustin the Hanyak Jacoby. You are probably familiar with the skid that Reyes is currently on. Ever since losing a super close decision to John Jones, Reyes has lost 3 in a row. These losses weren't just any losses, they were all brutal finishes. He would get TKO'd by Jan Blachowicz when they competed for the vacant light heavyweight title. He would unfortunately be a stepping stone for Yuri Prohaska's rise to the title when he would be brutally knocked out when he was hit with a spinning elbow that just flattened him. A year later, he would once again be knocked out cold when he would be put to sleep by Ryan Spann. After that loss, he would be out for almost 2 years, but the fights just don't get any easier. Dustin Jacoby is a powerful kickboxer who has also been struggling to get some momentum going as of late. After starting his UFC career with 6 wins and 1 draw, he would hit a roadblock when he would drop a split decision to Khalil Roundtree Jr. He would drop a unanimous decision to Azamat Murzakanov, and he would bounce back with a TKO win over Kennedy Nzechukwu. In his most recent fight, he would drop a unanimous decision to Alonzo Menefield. He has big power, enough to neutralize anybody. Will the Hanyak be able to disrupt Reyes from his consciousness, or will the Devastator return to his old ways and bounce back with a huge win here? Don't miss out. Mexican prospect Raul El Nino Problema Rosas takes on Pretty Ricky Turcios. This fight was supposed to happen back in Mexico, but Raul had to pull out on fight day and the fight was in limbo for a while, but now it's happening this weekend. Raul made history being the youngest fighter ever signed to the UFC, and he would deliver in his UFC debut when he would submit Jay Perrine in the first round. He would go on to lose his first fight as a pro when he would be defeated by Christian Rodriguez by unanimous decision. He would bounce back with a huge TKO win over Terrence Mitchell in Mexico that kept his hype sky high. He would be facing off against tough winner Ricky Turcios. Ricky won the Ultimate Fighter by beating Brady Heiston in the finale, and he would lose his next fight dropping a decision to Ayman Zahabi. But in his most recent fight, we would see that dog in him as he would grind out a split decision against Kevin Natividad. Both guys push the pace and are solid all around. I think Rosas will be more willing to grapple, but Ricky has never shied from a fight. Will Rosas be able to continue to add to his hype with a great finish here, or will Ricky Turcios pull off a huge upset? Don't miss out. Julian the Cuban Missile Crisis Marquez takes on Zach Savage Reese. This fight has the potential to be fight of the night. Marquez does not know what a boring fight is. He has gone 3-3 in the UFC. He has a front choke submission win against Darren Stewart, an anaconda choke submission win over Maki Patolo, and a rear naked choke win over Sam Alvey. Even his losses are action-packed fights. He has a split decision loss to Alessio Di Chirico, a knockout loss to Gregory Rodriguez, and a TKO loss to Marc-Andre Barrio. He's taken on Zach Reese, who's much newer on the scene. He earned his UFC contract on the Contender Series. He made his UFC debut against Cody Brundage, and he was on the wrong end of a slam knockout finish. All of his 6 wins have come by finish, and he's going to try to bounce back against Marquez. Will Zach Reese bounce back with a savage stoppage, or will the Cuban Missile Crisis be too much for the newcomer? Don't miss out. Bruno the Hulk Ferreira takes on Dustin Stoltzfus. The heavy-hitting Bruno Ferreira made a great first impression when he would knock out Gregory Robocop Rodriguez in his UFC debut. He would get knocked out by Nursultan Rozibalov in his next fight, but he would bounce back in his latest bout when he would finish Phil Hawes in the first round. All 12 of his wins have come by finish, 8 by knockout or TKO, and 3 by submission. He's going to face a guy that has struggled a bit in Dustin Stoltzfus. Dustin has gone 2-4 in the UFC. His 2 wins were a unanimous decision over Dwight Grant and a rear naked choke submission win over Punahele Soriano in his most recent fight. His 4 losses have come to Abus Magomedov, Gerald Mearshart, Rodolfo Vieira, and Kyle Dawkins. Will the Hulk smash Stoltzfus and get another finish, or will Dustin be able to get some momentum with another win? Don't miss out. Heavy-hitting strikers clash when Punahele Puna Soriano takes on Miguel Caramel Thunder Baeza. Both guys have struggled to find their footing in the UFC. Puna has gone 3-4 with a knockout win over Oscar Pichota, a knockout win over Dusko Todorovic, a knockout win over Dalchalung Gyombula. He has losses to Brendan Allen, Nick Maximov, Roman Kopilov, and Dustin Stoltzfus. He is a big swinging striker that can put anyone lights out, and he is facing the more technical striker in Baeza. Baeza has gone 3-3, and he would win his first 3 fights with a knockout win over Hector Aldana, a knockout win over Matt Brown, and an arm triangle choke over Takashi Sato. He has been on a rough patch as he has lost his last 3 fights. He lost to Santiago Ponzinibbio, to Chaos Williams, and Andre Fialho. Both guys had potential to put each other out. I'd be surprised to see this fight be a boring one. Will Puna bounce back with a huge finish, or will the Caramel Thunder be able to strike once again? Don't miss out. Alright guys, that was my rundown of UFC Fight Night Cannonier versus Imavov. I hope you casuals learned a thing or two. If you like content like this, go ahead and leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And yeah, it's going to be a great night of fights. Don't forget to tune in. I'll see you next week for UFC Fight Night Perez versus Tyra. But until then, protect your neck and take care.
They talking crazy about you. They said
brother,
they smash
who
you.
cares? Who cares, brother? Who cares, brother? Who cares? Today, smash.